How do winemakers decide when exactly to pick grapes, and what difference does it make? The answers to these questions and the inside scoop of what really goes on during a grape harvest can be found in Zillow, Washington.
When I decide to pick grapes, I go out in the field and sample the berries off of the vine and pull clusters off as well, and walk the whole block, looking at the fruit, looking at the canopy, and tasting the fruit and pulling cluster samples of that fruit. We have a cluster here that I'm looking for if there's any rot damage that's going on, or any berry shrivel, and we have some berry shrivel right here. And then I'm also looking at the color. We have some, it's green on the back, and then a little bit golden brown on the front. And I'm also going to sample the berry and taste it, taste the flavors, taste the acidity, and see what they, see if it's ripe or not. Is it bitter? Is it sour? Is there stone fruit coming through? And this cluster tastes very good. Frost is a factor this time of year. We've already had two nights about 3-4 days apart that we've got down to freezing temperatures. Fortunately for us, we do have frost protection methods with wind machines, and that has saved the fruit, saved the vines. So here we have frost damage that occurred over one night, and you see the leaves have turned brown and kind of shriveled up. And to growers at this time of year during harvest time, that's a bad thing, because if you really get hit hard and all of the leaves turn brown, then the leaves aren't going through photosynthesis and providing energy to ripen up the grapes and get the sugar accumulation going. I mean, you have frost damage here from one night, and then you walk over to this row and it's virtually unscathed. Every year that I've done a harvest it's been unique. This year I would say it's more on track to a typical Washington harvest. It's a harvest that is, it helps define Washington. That's what I've seen this year. The lower sugar levels, the little bit cooler season at the onset. We're about 2 weeks behind the last 2 years. And you have lower sugar levels and higher acidity. That's really what Washington is known for, or has become known for. White grapes, they're harvested, destemmed and crushed at our operation, and then pressed off the skins. And that juice goes to a tank where it cold settles, so all the heavy sediment and dirt settles out to the bottom of the tank, so you have clean juice. So in the raw product, in the grapes, you're looking at is the sugar balanced with the acidity, what type of flavors are coming through. I mentioned Riesling, and you can get a lot of stone fruit flavors coming out in the grapes. I think that's one that those flavors are really enhanced during the fermentation process, especially if it's a cold, long fermentation. You really get those fruit characteristics coming out. And for reds, there's different parameters there. You can get a lot of blueberry, raspberry, black cherry, currant flavors coming out of the wine. The majority of the general public out there looks at red wine and they think the color comes from the juice, where it does not. It actually comes from the skin of those grapes. And during the fermentation process, that's why we put the skins inside the tank with the juice, so the temperature, yeast, and some aeration goes on and helps extract that color out of the skins. My opinion is that you need to try it to see if you like it, and if you don't like it, that doesn't bother me at all. Don't ask me what I like, it's what do you like?